Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be covering more Submechanophobia today, which is what you guys seem to want, considering how much you've blown up the last two videos on this topic. I enjoyed covering the topic. You guys liked the video. It just seems like a recipe for success. So I'm going to give you what you want, and I'm going to cover it yet again. Now, in today's video, we're going to cover all brand new stuff, as I did in the last one. I'm not going to go over anything that I've already gone over at all, although I will be recovering one thing. You'll see what I mean. We're completing the trilogy, ending it with a bang. With that being said, if you haven't seen the other two Submechanophobia videos I've made, make sure to check them out. The links will be in the description below. Also, I know I just said I'm going to be ending this trilogy, but this isn't going to end. I really enjoy this topic, and more stuff hatches out of nowhere every day on the Submechanophobia topic, so I'm going to be talking about it a ton. So don't you worry about it going away. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in today's video is the Bubble Works, specifically the Imperial Leather Bubble Works. I've been on this ride many times as a kid. This is at Chessington, World of Adventures, Land of Adventures. I forget the slogan. Don't shoot me. But I love the Bubble Works, right? I absolutely adore this ride, right? You can talk about Submechanophobia, you can talk about how much these animatronics and these characters and models scare the hell out of you, but to me, they hold a special place in my heart. Now, the Bubble Works, originally named Professor Burp's Bubble Works for whatever reason, then Imperial Leather Bubble Works from 2006, was a dark water ride that opened in the 1990s at Chessington World of Adventures. So I did get it right, Chessington World of Adventures. Resort. I forgot the resort on the end. In Greater London, England. It took riders through animated scenes of a comical factory producing fizzy pop. The original ride closed to be redesigned in 2006 with a sponsorship by Imperial Leather Toiletries. With the majority of the animations removed, the new Bubble Works then closed in September 2016 to be replaced by the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure. And for that reason, I will always hate the Gruffalo River Ride. I've never been on it. If you guys would like to see me go on it, maybe one day I will record a video and I will take some friends down and we will go and personally ride on it, and then we will scream about how much we hate it while we're on it.
What a shit fucking ride. What a pile of dope shit. Jesus.
Because it replaced the Bubble Works, which I'm going to go and cry about for a minute. Give me 2 moments and I'll be right back. So yeah, a lot of people don't actually like the models and animatronic characters from the Bubble Works. None of them are explicitly under the water, but the fact that they're next to the water or hovering above the water really seems to get to some people. A lot of people don't like it very much. And I mean, honestly, I can see where they're coming from. It does look a little bit terrifying, to be completely honest with you. I can see how it would freak you out. But to me, it holds a special place in my heart, and I'll forever love this ride till the day I die. Or the day you die, when you ride on the ride and you fall underneath the boats. You fall into the water. You get sucked underneath the boat. And then underneath the boats, you get met by the bunyip and the sea serpent from Disney. On the real though, the Bubble Works had some of the best ride design I've ever seen in my life, next to Pirates of the Caribbean. I just really like the aesthetic of it. I like the vibe it gives off. That is top notch. Clearly some people like this ride a little bit more than I do. There's a video here of this guy having a seizure, apparently on the ride or something. I don't know what he's doing there. Kind of trying to slap the water, I guess, but it sounds like he's being possessed by Satan or something. I don't know. Another image of these submerged animal statues are dolphins, and this is supposed to be a children's pool. So yeah, this thing's supposed to be in like a children's pool, and it's got some litter in it from what I can see, so I'm not sure where this is. I really hope this isn't open to the public, to be honest. I don't think children should be swimming in with litter. I mean, personally, I don't think children are litter. I wouldn't go out in the streets and just pick up a small toddler and put him in the fucking nearest waste bin. That's not really my vibe, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Fantastic shot of the Disneyland Paris Dragon. Okay, so the Disneyland Paris Dragon is a little bit interesting, because I don't know if you would actually class it as a submerged animatronic, right? Because it's not technically fully submerged, and this is where a common misunderstanding always seems to happen. It's not fully submerged. It's parts of it are submerged under the water. It's got like a moat around it, right? Now, if anyone who hasn't been to Disneyland, this is underneath the castle. Like, this is directly underneath the Disney castle itself in Paris. If I didn't already say Paris. It's in Paris. Where do you think it was going to be? Fucking Zimbabwe? Disneyland Zimbabwe? No, that doesn't exist.
Maybe I was wrong.
So yeah, part of it is submerged, mostly the tail and some of the claws, you know, they just kind of dip into the, I don't know what I'm doing there, that's not what the animatronic does at all, that wouldn't be terrifying. Dips into the water, and that's about it, and there's some smoke and stuff. So I don't know if you could fully class it as a submerged animatronic. A Disney diver inspecting one of the Jungle Cruise hippos. Look at, why would you take that job, man? Why would you take that job voluntarily? I know it doesn't snap shut, right? I know the mouth doesn't snap shut, but look at the way that hippo, like, there was a video I found on the internet the other day, and if I can find it it again. I'll put it on screen now. But it was of like a guy, a diver in like a shark suit, right? And he was in a hotel swimming pool. But it looks so realistic. Tell me you would get in the swimming pool with this thing. Well done, because I wouldn't be able to get in the pool with anything that looked like this. Are you kidding me? You telling me you would get in the pool with that? I mean, I know it's not real, right? I know it's not real, and I know once you're in there and you're touching it, you'd probably be fine. But it's the thought of getting in the pool with something like that, and then the possibility that it could just turn on at any moment and start moving, starts wiggling around. Why would you want that? Why would you even put yourself at risk of that? I know I sure fucking wouldn't, but you know, if that's your prerogative, that's your vibe, then that's your vibe. You know, I'm not gonna be the vibe killer for today. Not submerged, but on a boat ride and you pass under it. I don't like. What is that? Look at the crotch on that. Look at the crotch on that. Am I gonna get the video taken down for looking at that thing? It's like. Look at its face. It's got like 2 testicles on its face. They're hanging off of its ears. Imagine going to taking your wife out on a lovely honeymoon trip, and you decide to buy her a nice pair of earrings. You're at the local jeweller's, and it's like, oh, which one would you like, honey? You pick out all of them, and she picks up the nicest ones in the shop. You're like, no, actually, I've got a better idea. Just fucking rip your balls off and put them on her ears. You know what? I thought I was going somewhere better with that joke, and it just ended up being put your balls on your wife's ears. Just move on. Let's just move on. This thing looks disgusting. I hate it. I really hate it. And even though it's not fully submerged, I'm willing to bet that its foot is under the water, and that's bad enough. I don't know if it moves or not, but I'm willing to bet the head moves a little bit. By the way, those balls on its ears, because I'm not going to call them anything else, I'm going to call them what they are. They're balls on the earlobes or anything to go by. I'm willing to bet that they probably dangle and swing a little bit as well. So good job wherever this is. Good job. What have you done here? Also, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I don't like fabric things being on animatronics that are near the water. For example, stuff like this. To be completely honest, stuff like this. So look at that. It's wearing a massive fabric shirt which just dangles over its crotch. I don't like fabrics on animatronics that are in the water. I don't like fabric, and it just gets moldy. It just gets moldy and nasty. It's just gross. It makes my skin crawl. Okay. Yeah, no, that's my newest thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the skin crawl of the episode. Oh, just go. Just stop, man. Just stop. Next up, we have this Vietnam theme park. I don't like the sharpness of the teeth. Oh, are you trying to kill your visitors, mate? What are you doing there? I don't know. Why would you do that? So that looks like a water slide to me. I mean, I hope it looks like a water slide to you as well. Otherwise, I'm going to have some questions about your eyesight, to be honest. That's very fucking clearly a water slide. But imagine going down that, but like, you know when you're going down a water slide and you got a bit too much momentum, you're like swinging up on the sides and stuff like this. A little bit like that. I just look like a bit of a bellend, to be honest. But imagine if you had too much momentum and you just kind of went up and then landed on the teeth. You wouldn't just break something. You wouldn't just, you know, get a bit of a concussion. You'd be impaled. Look at that. You would be fully impaled on those teeth. Those teeth are unforgiving completely. I don't appreciate what they've done there. Although there's a little fish on top there, looks kind of cute. Look at that. Look at that little guy. He looks kind of, he's a little bit cool looking. Very polite looking fish. Nemo's Nautilus ride at Disneyland Paris. This always scared the shit out of me as a kid. I don't like that. That is not nice. That looks absolutely... Oh, that's probably one of the worst ones I've seen today. Oh. Ah, no. Fuck. No, stop it. I don't like. Is that really on the Nemo ride? Is that really on the Nemo's ride? I thought it was just. It's meant to be for kids. Disney, you can calm down. It's supposed to be for children. So basically, while this might look terrifying, we've actually been bamboozled because this thing isn't underwater at all. For this one, all the submerged effect of this walkthrough is false, including this big window. The animatronic is on a giant robotic arm located in a dry room behind the window. Water and bubbles are between 2 panes, and the magic of lighting does the rest. Now, I'm not going to lie. When you do look at this image, it does have that kind of like underwater kind of greeny turquoise light look to it, right? Like, have you ever been to a show like Walking with Dinosaurs? The way that they light the puppets in that show, you can see where they've done the lighting to it to make it look like it's underwater. And if you look closer, you can see the bubbles going up in that. They've done an amazing job, by the way, of making it look like it's actually under the water, but alas, it isn't. But either way, GG's, because that looks really good, but also really really unsettling. I don't like it at all. With the dragon under the castle, it's one of the biggest animatronics in the park. Source, I work here. I miss my job so much. Well, PiranhaRoni, I hope you get your job back soon. I hope this whole situation blows over and you can continue to work on underwater animatronics. I also fear for your safety. If, you know, don't fall in with them. Try not to. You know, like the diving hippo man earlier. I hope that's not your job. Otherwise, you and me can have an interview, because I've got so many questions for you as to why you accepted that job listing. Not an animatronic, but still creepy nonetheless. Now, one of you guys in the last video told me that there wasn't enough other things. You told me there was too much of the animatronic type vibe. So I took that into account, and I've put one thing in this video that isn't an animatronic. I put this in the video. I've chosen this post because it freaks me out. This freaks me out, man. Just look at it. Like, I don't know what it is. Usually it's animatronic stuff, right? Usually, like I said in the last video, I'm not fazed by massive objects underwater. Like, you show me a sunken boat, doesn't scare me at all. You show me a plane underwater, doesn't scare me at all. However, apparently that's wrong, because look at this thing and tell me that you still feel comfortable. Tell me you're still feeling. If you comment right now if you're comfortable with this image, because I'm not. I'm not at all. Something about it, I think it's just how murky the water is. You can barely see behind the cockpit. Look at that. 13,550 points as well on oddly terrifying. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. It is oddly terrifying. I don't know why it scares me. It just does. It just scares the living shit out. Look at that. Look at that. A pair of snazzy submerged sea serpents. Now, I've put this one in because I just think it's really cool. In the last two videos, we were looking at the sea serpents from Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Albeit a little bit. We didn't talk about them too much, but we spoke about them nonetheless. So I hope you guys remember these two. The one on the left and the one on the right are actually different animatronics. I didn't know that when I made the first Submechanophobia video, but now that I've made 3 videos on the topic, I'm a bit of a connoisseur, if I do say so myself. So I know that these two are separate now. I know that they're not the same thing. I don't know what I'm doing there. I really don't know what that's meant to be. Yeah, I just thought I'd showcase this cool fan art, to be honest. I think this is a really good effort. Well done, Indie Raptor. Keep drawing submerged animatronics. Let's make this a big thing. Let's turn it into 2020's Tripophobia. Let's just keep going. One of the sharks from the Jaws ride during maintenance. To keep it a bit scarier, in 1990, a man sued Universal after a guardrail broke and he fell in the water. We actually did cover this. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. We did already cover this. We talked about the Jaws ride in the first video and a tiny bit in the second one as well, so I don't want to cover this for too long because I've already spoken about it. But we haven't shown this photo before. This is a brand new photo of someone working on the ride underneath. Now, for all you people who are scared of falling into the water, this is what you would be falling into. All of these mechanical parts that you're seeing on screen right now. This one, that part as well, that mechanical part, that would definitely turn you into a KFC crushroom. Yeah. Oh, you'd be turned into a proper little milkshake, you would. So yeah, this thing isn't innocent. This thing is almost more terrifying than a real shark. Actually, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. I'd take a rubber one over a real one any day. You can actually see the inside of the shark as well for the first time. I don't like that at all. It looks like a car. It looks like the shark has just eaten a car and now all of its innards have been replaced with the car. It's like Cars 4 Sharks by Disney Pixar. Since Disney wants to fuck around with underwater animatronics so much, how about you make a whole movie about it, mate? Where is this place? What is... Oh, no. Oh, you can't even tell what it is. What is it? What is it? I can't tell what that is. Is that a frog? It looks like a frog to me. Now, you tell me whether that's a frog or if that's just the head of something way bigger. Now, here's what scares me about this image, right? If it's a frog, then that means the water can't be that deep because the frog is probably not that big, right? Like, it's probably... The water in total is probably a few feet deep, maybe like 4 or 5 foot deep. Let's be real. If that is the head, like the top of a snake head or something, that means that the body's got to come out of the water as well, which means that that water is probably at least 15 feet deep. And that's not something I like to imagine, to be completely honest with you. Imagine being at the bottom of that. While you're underwater, you can hear the mechanics next to you, you know? You're under the water, and I just like sitting there, you can hear the mechanics moving next to you. This massive snake head comes down and... Stop it. The last Jaws ride animatronic, to my knowledge, from Universal Studios Japan. Oh no. It comes out of the water way too quickly. Now, in the first video I made on this topic, I mentioned how I've actually been on the Jaws ride. When I said that, I meant I've been on the one in Florida. I haven't been to Japan ever. So I've never been on this version. I don't know if it's actually still open or not. If someone could tell me whether this ride is actually still open in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate that.
I can answer my own question. The ride is closed. It closed in 2012, apparently. And while we're at it, here's some photos of the Jaws ride that I didn't show you in the other videos. Just as horrifying, as much as I enjoyed riding on the ride when I was younger. These photos make me want to rip my skin off. So I hope they do the same for you. But at the same time, I also don't, because that's not a very nice feeling.
But this one, why does it move so quickly? I don't like how quickly it moves. I don't like how quickly it comes out of the water. Like, imagine imagine falling into the water on the ride, you know? Imagine what happened in 1990 happens all over again. And you break the guardrail, you fall into the water, and then you're like, okay, this is absolutely terrifying, and I'm actually pissing in the water right now. Please get me, please get me out. But you climb out, but as you're being helped out, the shark pops out of the water and just starts charging towards you. Can you imagine that? I'd have a heart attack. I'd actually have a heart attack, just straight up, dead, gone, done, zip, nada. I wouldn't even live to see it. I wouldn't live to tell the tale. I'd be gone, mate. I'd honestly... Imagine not knowing that shark was about to come out of the water. That's the first thing you see. I'd lose it.
You know, bears are one of the most playful animals there is. All they want to do is lay around and scratch and fish and swim.
And drag people under the water when they're mechanical bears. Specifically mechanical bears, they love to drag people under the water as they're just peacefully swimming by. To be honest, this one isn't that bad, but you know what is really bad about it? The fact that they're furry. Stop putting furry things under the water, but why would you do that? The fact that they're furry gets to me, right? Because originally, like, you can imagine the smell, and a lot of you guys commented on the first video, and you can imagine it smells like dirty fish tank. Like unwashed, moldy, dirty fucking fish tank. But imagine the smell of one that's wet. Like imagine that, you know, it's in that murky, nasty, dirty, unwashed water. And then you take it out after 20 years, you get a good cocaína. Oh, smells like fucking garbage. Major respect for the people that have to do maintenance on these things after like 20 years. Bring them out of the water and just, oh, that smells good. Here you go, Jonathan, take a sniff. You know, everyone's talking about the smell of these animatronics. Can you imagine the taste? I mean, that sounds really weird. You can't bite into metal, obviously. I'm not an idiot. But imagine, like, taking a bite out of, like, the rubber. Or, like, for example, the I-Corsari. You all remember the I-Corsari. You all know and love the I-Corsari. Imagine that. Take a bite out of that, like, outer skin. Like, that spongy material that it's probably made of. Imagine taking a bite out of that, what it would taste like. Chewing it and then swallowing it. And then downing it with some Sprite because that was fucking nasty. And Sprite is nice. Comment your favourite fizzy drink for a chance to win a free iPhone 3GS. Oof, my takeaway from the Ulysses ride. Am I pronouncing that right? Ulysses, all size to swash. Oh, it sounded like a cool little hip-hop song intro there, but it wasn't. I just don't know how to pronounce this word. This thing looks really scary, but at the same time, it's not fully submerged. I don't know what the full ride looks like, but I just by the look of the animatronic character, the way it's on the wall, I just know that this is some sort of log flume ride. What if we... Stop it. Stop it. I've had enough. I've had enough of this subreddit now. I loved you all until you posted this image. I know what you did with Bowser, right? Everyone knows what you did with Bowser. The entire planet blew up when you did this to Bowser. Don't do it to this thing as well. Don't do it to this thing. You just know that Rule 34 is already, you know, Rule 34 artists are already getting their pens ready. Quickly before I go, I just want to let you guys know my new schedule, so to speak. As most of you have been subscribed to the channel for a little while now know, I've got a bi-daily upload schedule. Every 2 days I try and get a video out. I'm starting to think I want to do phobia videos every other day. So every other day I will make a phobia video. So for example, 2 days from this upload, I will make a different kind of video. I will cover one of my other usual topics. And then 2 days after that, I will cover another phobia. Maybe it's submechanophobia, whether it's something else, or autonomechanophobia. The animatronic one that's the similar one to this, but it's not this. You know what I'm talking about. The fear of animatronics, damn it. That's kind of how I want to do things from now on. I'm starting to like the groove I'm getting into with the channel, and you guys seem to be enjoying it as well. So whatever you guys enjoy and whatever I enjoy, that is a recipe for success in my opinion. And I appreciate every single one of you watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all of you. You don't go unnoticed, and I appreciate all the support I get. So just thought I'd keep you in the loop and tell you how things are going to be working from here on out. Anyways, it is the end of today's video, so I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and maybe subscribe for similar content in the future. If you want to chat to me and other fans of the channel, you can join our Discord server, which is in the link in the description below. You can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is in the link in the description below. Usually, I just tweet absolute garbage, but feel free to follow me anyways. Anyways, like I said, that is the end of today's video, so I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.